at the core, it's the same.
Mm.
You're still observing, you're still experiencing people, places, food, culture.
We're proud to announce Rudley, an online professional support platform. So, if you're a student trying to decide the right career path to choose, or a working professional who's just not enjoying themselves and wants better, Rudley has you covered. With our cutting-edge assessments and AI-based recommendations, combined with one-on-one mentorship sessions from industry experts, we help you make an informed decision and reach your ideal career path.
So, like I said, this travel burns was not something that I was actively pursuing or was wanting to. I just felt a bit of a break after HD, wanting to really, figure out my next steps. And by then, I didn't really want to get into, say, news feature and feature writing, which I had done by then about, eight odd years ago. And then I just applied to National Geographic Traveler India, and then I got a call, I went for an interview, and I got in, and that was that, honestly. But, is travel writing different? Yes. Did I have to unlearn also a bit? I definitely had to, but I feel like at the core, it's the same. You're still observing, you're still experiencing people, places, food, culture. The craft is your craft. You will beat it into shape. And also, like, my background was not in beach reporting, or that I just had to, say this person met with an accident on this road at this hour at this time, right? My background was anyway in such a, or my writing style, I would say, by then was pretty much, little bits of setting the mood and context and all of that had happened. And even then, of course, I did find travel writing like a bit too indulgent for my taste. So I quickly moved to editing more than writing. But, I feel like there are only those many ways you can describe a beautiful sky or a tree or an ocean, right? Nothing to take away from anyone. But I know people who can do that and who are great and brilliant, fabulous at it. And those people should definitely do it and do it all their lives, right? So my advice really is for people, who want to pursue a niche and to really truly passionate about a subject, whether it's tech or automobile or travel or food, anything. Just go chase it. Because I tell you this, there are publications like Stuff and Autocar and a lot of B2B publications and magazines and journals also who will accept that writing. You could go independent. You really don't have to be with a full time. If you're really passionate about the niche and if you have the drive that you will see it through, right? So advice really just go with it, honestly. And even should you also not find a publication that specializes in or what also happens is that you will eventually get bored of doing this. So then I think what comes handy really is you will try and find publications which will want to carry your voice and your piece and your passion and see it through, but deliver it and package it differently. So for example, even at Nat Geo, we would really look forward and get really excited to get like a road trip pitch, right? Road trips, not a lot of people were doing road trips or, anything, right? Like a woman driving through rural Germany and or like somebody sort of doing something through the lens of David Bowie and things like that. It's showing another music angle or something else, and it just uplifts the story. And then you will have a travel magazine wanting to carry, an automobile sort of quote unquote piece, but it's not talking about gears and power and this and that, but sort of, I don't know, the connected to feel while driving or this incredible journey that we are taking, which also, as a writer who's doing the whole gear and power business for every other publication, will also find refreshing and a little nice break to sort of try
the experience.
Different. Yes.
You'll be highlighting the experience versus highlighting the typical traits of what that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the whole conversation, and I feel like whether it's journalism or anything else, this whole generalist versus specialist is going to be like a big. And I have seen in my, I still have like lot many years to go, but limited career also I've seen that narrative change, at least right. Where, every 2-3 years it's like, oh, be a journalist, you can write about it.
Uh,
Shit, fine because am I losing? Am I audible?
Humaira, sorry, no, you dropped for a bit. When you started off on generalist versus specialist, as
Yeah,
what's your view on that?
yeah, yeah. Yes, I think like this whole conversation, every few years I feel like, it keeps taking different shapes. And irrespective of the field of profession that one is in, whether it's journalism or not. I'm saying like in my limited career, and I still have like a lot many years to go, I feel that I have seen that narrative really change so many times. I've had editors tell me that, oh, to be a journalist is fine, it's good, it's good, it's good. You can write for ET also, you do little bit startup and you do ET and business and mint also, but you also have this background, you do features also, you can do travel also. So, and then every year, every country has to come and say, like, you special, it's good to do that. So it's just, it totally sort of depends. I feel at the end of it is like you really should, and I know it sounds like a terribly cliche, but it's true, just, whatever interests you, deeply, passionately pursue that. And the water will find its own ground. You will make it. You will make it. You will make it somewhere. But you will.
Yeah, absolutely. I do also believe that everyone eventually finds their way. You just keep at it, and if it's something which you love doing, if it's something which you love doing, it makes it that much easier. I would imagine.
It totally does. Yes. And I think now more than ever, it's possible. Self-publishing or just putting out your videos. I mean, there's such interest from a TikTok to what we're doing right now. Like there are so many more mediums and platforms, and we're talking about influencers and everything, before. But even if as a specialist you're really passionate about something, you will find a platform like this to come out and do this and package it like that. And people who are equally passionate about it will sign up, and you'll always find papers, and you'll always find an audience. And I mean that is an absolute gratification that any writer needs. As a writer, what do you want? You want to be read more than anything else. You want to be heard or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's a beautiful note to actually end on also, where you talk about a great note. No, not time out. You can, I was actually going to ask you about your mentors and but then when you kind of summarized it on, at the end of that, I was like, that sounds like a decent note to close on.
Let's close it. I think I've already sort of spoken about Humaira and
that's why
like David Rumnick of New Yorker. So many. There's this Snigdha Poonam. She's a journalist. She can do a beautiful book called Dreamers. So I honestly also find it very difficult, and I need to pick.
But can you? Is there some piece of advice that stuck with you? Yeah.
Advice, as in, you mean for people who are
from a mentor or a
into the field?
No, I'm saying if there's some piece of advice that that's what I would.
That I received. Okay, you can make fun of me if you like, but I don't mind it. It has to be obviously from Humaira. And but he generally said something which has stuck with me, and it will always remain with me. And it was not verbatim, but something effectively which can be summarized as biases are good, prejudices are dangerous, right? So as a journalist, you have to your reporting has to be rooted in facts. You have to be objective and balanced in your reporting. But at the end of the day, you are a human being, right? So, for just like a quick small example, right? There's this one feature story I did on where I actually went and say to the slums or slightly less disadvantaged neighborhoods, say in Ghatkopar and basically eastern suburbs of Bombay and even western suburbs actually. And I covered a bunch of clusters, and the story was really about how these people had to wake up in the dead of the night, like 3:30, and I'm talking about senior citizens some of whom were physically challenged. I've seen it with my eyes. Children, and they wake up at 3:30. Somebody will ring some bell and they will scramble, and everybody starts something out of their, one koli, two kolis, and they form this queue. And for what? For their fill of water for the day.
Water.
Sometimes that's
Yeah.
just water, right? Half a day.
Mm.
And there's been a Supreme Court verdict where, your access to water is linked to your right to life. So, but still, what are we doing about it, right? Nothing. So, now when you're reporting on a story like that, how can you not be biased to the, to the people who would really have to go through so much? I mean, you're standing in a queue at 3:30 and filling water, and then you wake up at 6:30 and send your kids to school or do whatever, and then also report to work. And then you come back to the same grind, and there is no off. You're doing it on Monday to, from Monday to Sunday, doing every single day. Is that kind of a bias, good or bad? Like, of course you'll be biased, but don't be prejudiced, I mean, if there is some directive, and we are all fabulous at practical things. So, you have to factor those things in as well. But you do it. I mean, look at the farmers' protest and things that are going on right now. I mean, these are incredibly difficult situations to be in. You have to be objective in your reporting, but how do you completely alienate yourself from these kind of inherent biases, which has got nothing to do with you being a human being or an astronaut? I mean, it's just because you're a human being, you have emotions, and there are something which are just right and wrong. It's just that your job is to tread the territory, really deftly and really tactfully.
If you enjoyed this and want to keep getting career tips and advice from Radley mentors, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated whenever we put out new content. What's more, you can opt to take up a one-on-one Radley mentorship session with any mentor of your choosing. So, if career advice is what you're looking for, Radley.com is where you need to go.